Good evening.
Good evening.
So I'm Sharia Ali. I'm working as a Korea supporter for the year 2023 and I'm here to interview you. Thank you so much for participating. Let's just dive right into the questions. Can you start with a brief introduction of yourself?
I am Shreeya Maskey. I am a GCAS Scholar 2022. I recently completed my language program in Busan University of Foreign Studies. So I'm currently living in Busan and I'll be moving to Seoul in a couple of days and I'll be doing my MBA in Sungkyunkwan University.
That's amazing. So I'm curious about how you got interested in Korea, especially why did you choose Korea as a study destination?
I had always been interested in Korea because I've been watching Korean dramas since I was like 11 or 12 years old. Everyone around me knew that I love Korea and I always wanted to be here. And then coincidentally, I got to know about this opportunity and then I chose to apply for it. Talking about why Korea as a study destination, I did my own research. I wanted to do my MBA and then I researched a couple of universities, their courses, the professors, and whatever matched my, list of priorities. Went with that university. So Sungkyunkwan, it has world ranking, it has amazing professors, everything matched whatever I needed. So that's why I chose Korea for my MBA.
Wow, that's great. So, can you explain more about the GKS program that you enrolled into?
Explaining about GKS program, it's a fully funded scholarship. So you not only you get your tuition fees, you also get living expenses. So it's like completely funded. And you can go about, there's two ways to apply it. There's embassy track and there's university track. So with the university track, you can only apply to one particular university. And through embassy track, you can apply to three universities. Details about it, I think you should really go through the guidelines of it. You can find information about it in Study Korea website. So if you go through it, you will know basically everything that you need to know about the scholarship.
About the program, so can you give me a walkthrough of the process you followed to apply to study?
I think the first and foremost thing that you need to do is allocate time for your statement of purpose and your personal statement. No matter if you have good grades, how good university you graduated from, all of these also matter, but your SOP and your personal statement equally matters. So I recommend to allocate enough time before you start with anything else, your documents, your any other process. Gonna take a lot of research, a lot of information, and a lot of making your own story. That is I think the most important thing one should do. After that, you can go about your documents, your relationship certificates, you're getting your true copy from the university, getting it confirmed from Ministry of Education, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then consular confirmed in the embassy. After that, you'll have to deal with the interviews. You might get interviewed by the university you're applying for, or you might not, depends on your university, also your major. After that, you'll need to deal with the medical checkup, but you will get guided throughout the process through emails. You'll keep on getting mails about what to do, how to do it, so there's no need to worry about it.
Thank you so much. Moving on, can you highlight some of the things that you might have want to do differently, or you have any regrets about them, or any struggles in the process?
I don't think I would have done anything differently because had I done it differently, I might not have been here today. But one thing that I would want to suggest people who want to apply for this scholarship is that please prepare your SOP and your personal statement in advance. I cannot emphasize this enough. I wanted my personal statement and statement of purpose to be perfect. So what I did was I researched a lot. I watched a lot of YouTube videos and I wanted my SOP and my personal statement to be what theirs is. But then after watching a lot of videos and making a lot of drafts based on their personal statement, I realized that it's their story. It's not mine. So I deleted everything and then I created my own. So these two things are supposed to be everything about you. It's about your story. You can take ideas, you can take ideas about how the format is, tips and tricks, what to include, what not to include, all of these things from past scholars. But the entire thing should be about you and your story, why you want to be here and why you chose Korea. Another thing that I want to suggest is please make sure that you do not submit any real documents to the NIED or while you apply for this process, because you are not getting your real documents back. I also suggest you to keep a photocopy of all the documents that you submit to the embassy and the NIED before you submit it. And don't hesitate to contact past scholars, because I also was in contact with a past scholar and I got a lot of help from him. Talk to them, get help if you get stuck in the process. I think that is pretty much it.
Thank you so much for the insightful information. Let's move on to some exciting questions. So, how long have you been in Korea?
I came here last year on August 29th, so it's like almost a year now. My language institution was BUFS. I completed my language course. I directly came to Busan as soon as I reached Korea. So yeah, I've traveled around Busan. I've gone to, the beaches and the cafes. Obviously, the famous Jimin's dad's cafe. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Besides Busan, I've traveled to Daegu, because it's Shuka's birthplace. So I really wanted to go there and I traveled there. It's a lovely place. It's just too nice to be here.
One favorite thing about Korea?
One favorite thing.
Just top
That
one,
would
like
be
top
too
one.
hard to
Okay, so
too
you could
hard.
just the poorest of Korea, in your opinion.
One good thing about Korea would be everything is very systematic and everything is exactly on time. On the buses, public transportation, you can rely on them. The apps are very hyper accurate. And another thing would be how friendly and welcoming people are over here. When I first came here, of course, I had no idea about the subways and the buses, and I had to travel all the way from Incheon Airport to my university, which was a tough job. I just approached native Koreans and I told them I'm having trouble finding my way. They were so helpful. They not only, told me how to reach my destination, but they would like come along you, come with you, and they will show you the way. So that's one thing that I really love. Your people are very, very friendly. Before you come here, make sure you download apps like Kakao Talk, Neighbor Maps, Kakao Maps. These maps not only help you figure out how to reach your destination and should you take a subway or the bus, but it also shows you if the convenience stores are nearby, what kind of restaurants are nearby, the menus in the restaurants, the reviews, everything is in those apps. So please make sure you download these apps before you come here. These are super, super helpful.
Thank you for the tips. As you know, there are many Nepali students who want to go to Korea for either studying or working or just traveling. So, do you have any words of motivation or suggestions? And do you recommend Korea as a study place? Since you have been there for almost a year, do you recommend Korea as a study destination?
I would 110% recommend Korea as a study destination. I loved Korea, but I did make my research before I came here, whether or not the universities that are here in Korea match with what I want in my master's degree, whether or not the courses they provide match my priorities and what I wanted. The professors, I researched about everything. So make sure you do your research before you select Korea. But I think Korea is very great, and the universities here are very, very great as well, because this is a country that prioritizes education a lot. So the education system here is very good. So 110% recommended. Words of motivation would be me when I applied for this scholarship. I did not have IELTS score. I did not have topic score. I could just speak Korean, but I was not that good at writing and reading. I had learned Korean by watching dramas. People think they need to have excellent IELTS scores, high topic scores. They need to have excellent grades, all of these things to apply for. But no, you don't need all of that. Your entire profile needs to be good, but it's not just one thing that makes you stand out. So don't get disheartened if you don't have IELTS score or if you don't know Korean. You can still give it a go.
So that was it for the interview. Thank you so much for your time. 감사합니다.
Thank you so much for having me. Oh, 감사합니다. Thank you. Bye-bye.